The subtotal formula in Excel allows you to easily remove filtered data from your formula. Let's talk about why you would want to use this and best practices.
The subtotal formula takes a function number and then an array. If I go to subtotal, I put in a specific function number and then I highlight my array. If I put 1 for average and go down to my array, highlight this, hit enter. And this will give me the same exact result as doing an average of that array. So what you're probably wondering is, why would you go through the process of using the subtotal function then? And it's to dynamically toggle through functions when you are using a filter or hiding different rows. So if I use this subtotal formula, I can actually reference a specific cell. So if I reference B5 as my function number and then highlight my salary as my reference, use F4 to lock that in place, I can simply fill that down. I have the average, the count A. If you're confused about the distinction between these two, please check out our count video, our max, our min, our product, which is showing some ungodly long number, the standard deviation for our sample, standard deviation for our population. I won't go through the distinction here. This is unfortunately not a statistics class, the sum, and then the variance. Well, very cool to see these different functions summarized for a data set, where the real power of the subtotal formula comes in is when you want to filter on your data set. So if I go down to my table and filter on rating and select A, now what I have is just the information for the 10 rows that are visible. If I highlight the salary, the average is $92,799. There are 10 cells and the sum is $927,000. You can see the max is 116, the min is 61,000. If I wanted to change that, I could go in and go to rating, change this to a B, and now I would have the information for the Bs. Or if I wanted to look at the Cs, I could simply highlight the Cs, and I would have the relevant information for just the cells I'm filtered on in my table. So why would you use a subtotal? You would use it when you want to toggle through a dashboard and understand your data very easily. You might not have all of these different functions in here, but if you wanted to toggle through this and potentially just look at your different ratings of employees, it would be very easy to understand the key performance indicators that you care about in your dashboard. One fun little bonus tip here is when you go into the subtotal menu, you will see not only 1 through 11 or the functions we have laid out here, but also 101 through 111. If you're curious what the distinction is there, it is whether or not to include manually hidden rows. If I copy this table and I will paste it over here, what I can really easily do is add 100 to each one of my different functions. If I take 100, copy it, Control-Alt-V-V-D to add, now I have 101, 102, 103, etc. And this formula has been updated accordingly. If I went in and let's say I wanted to manually hide a few of these rows, I can highlight these rows, I can make them a group, and then I can use Alt-A-H to hide those 3 rows. And now you can see the functions on the right table have reflected the manually hidden rows, where the functions on the left are still including anything that is manually hidden.